Okay, bachcho. So according to that, we're just going to develop the formula for moles. So mole is equals to that's going to be number of particles upon Avogadro's number, right? This is what we were doing. We were just multiplying the number of moles, like if it contains 1 mole, 2 moles, whatever. Like if you're just calculating the number of molecules, we're simply multiplying the number of moles by Avogadro's number. This much molecules were there. Okay. So whenever you have to calculate the number of particles, we're just going to multiply the number of moles by Avogadro's number, right? Another formula for moles is equals to that we are going to actually use now. That's going to be mole is equals to mass in grams upon AR for an element or MR for a compound, right? Whenever we have to calculate the number of moles, we are going to we are going to divide whatever mass is given by the relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass. Therefore, we say that 1 mole of any substance is equivalent to relative atomic mass. Like if I'm going to say that, what is the mass of 1 mole of sodium? So that's going to be is equivalent to relative atomic mass, right? Just write on these two formula, but then we're just going to calculate the number of moles, right? This, especially this second formula, like the first formula, whether you just learn it or not, we have already done the practice for it. Okay, but this is going to be the very, very important formula for calculating moles, right? And we'll be
Miss, what is the AR and MR again?
relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass. Okay,
Okay.
that we have to see from the periodic table, right? Relative atomic mass is for the element and relative molecular mass is for the compound. Okay, if you note it down, that do let me know so you can move further. Okay.
Done.
Now see, but if you have to calculate the number, calculate moles in 5 grams of sodium carbonate. Or how many moles are there in 5 grams of sodium carbonate? Okay? We have to calculate the number of moles, particularly in 5 grams, right? We know that 1 mole of any substance containing relative molecular mass, right? But we have to calculate कि 5 grams में how many moles will be there. Okay? So what we will be doing, we will be using a formula to calculate moles, right? So you know that moles is equals to whatever mass in grams is given divided by relative atomic mass if it's an element or relative molecular mass for a compound. Okay. Now, but the mass in grams is given, and here we have got the ionic compound, so we have to calculate the relative formula mass. So let's calculate MR of sodium carbonate, right? So MR of sodium carbonate will be equivalent to 23 is AR multiplied by number of atoms are 2 plus 12 AR of carbon into 1 plus 16, and there are 3 atoms of oxygen, so multiplied by 3, right? So we will get here as 106 is MR, right? Of sodium carbonate. Now do let me know, is it clear till here, girls?
I just didn't understand the MR of sodium
MR
carbonate.
is relative molecular mass. Now, Lisa, we just calculated in the previous class. There are 2 atoms of sodium. So yeah, what is atom of what is the AR of sodium 23 from the periodic table? Multiply by number of atoms that are 2, right? Now before writing the second element, write down the AR of carbon, that is 12. Multiply by the number of atoms, there is only 1, so multiply by 1, right? Plus there are the AR of oxygen is 16. How do you know relative atomic mass? From the periodic table, Elisa, right? So the relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Okay, multiplied by 3. Why multiplied by 3? Because there are 3 atoms of oxygen. Okay.
Okay, because I wasn't there last class.
Okay, did you watch the video?
I couldn't do that.
Acha, fine, fine. So just go through, that's easy, okay? I also have not considered, I just have, moved it very quickly. Right, Elisa? I hope you're getting it now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? So we got 106, right? Rest of you, Ambreen and Tuba, is it clear till here, Bachu?
Yes.
Right. Now, as we have to calculate between the number of moles, so mass in gram is given, that is 5, right? So 5 is mass divided by MR, so that is 106, relative molecular mass, right? And the relative molecular mass we calculate in the same way. So you just go through the video, and if you have any problem, you could ask, then we could discuss, okay? So 5 divided by
Okay.
106, the number of moles, what you will get? 5 divided by 106.
0.047.
0.0.
47.
And the unit for mole is going to be MOL. We just write on like, not MOLE, we just write on MOL. That's a symbol, right? Now comes to the significant figures. Either you could just write on in 2 or 3 significant figure, right? You could even have just wrote it as 0.05. Okay? Or like you just leave it till 3 decimal places unless if they have asked us to round it off. Okay? So this is how we are going to calculate the number of moles. Similarly, beta, if they are asking us, if they have given us the number of moles and they want to ask the mass, so what you will do, you'll just, multiply the number of moles by MR or AR. Okay? Did you understand till here, girls?
Yes.
Okay, I will just show you the presentation and through it we will be doing some examples. Okay, we are just going to do the basics. If this basics will be clear, we will not have any trouble. I'll just tell you the trick for stoichiometry. Okay, how are you going to calculate the moles? You might have heard about it, but it's really, scoring, the topic. Okay, so. Okay, girls. Now suppose we have to calculate the number of moles of each of the following. Show all working, right? Like we have to calculate the number of moles in 900 gram of baking soda. So you will calculate MR of sodium bicarbonate. You will divide mass in grams by MR, right? Same is the case over here. Sodium carbonate we have already considered. So we'll be doing this first and third. Okay, so let's do that. Now I'll be doing this next. Okay, so now we just make sure that you're getting your calculators, girls. Because you just have to do the practice questions, right? To calculate the moles, right? And we'll be working with mass in grams upon MR or AR formula, right? So here we have, let's do the first one. Can you try the first one? I'll help you to calculate the MR of this. So just for the first one, we already have done this one. So calculate MR of sodium hydrogen carbonate and just cross check whatever you got the number, please share with me so I can you know So I'm just writing the AR of these elements. So AR of sodium is 23. Relative atomic mass, ठीक है? Relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Relative atomic mass of carbon is 12. Relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16. ठीक है? Aliza, just check. Ambreen and Tuba, all of you, can you calculate relative formula mass for this? So if we are calculating MR of ionic compound, Aliza, we say this as relative formula mass. Okay? We just calculate in the same way, but we just say this as relative formula mass. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, girls, are you getting the same 84? Are you getting this
Yes.
number? ठीक. Yeah. And how you calculated moles? 900 mass in grams upon mR, or relative formula mass, right? So 900 divided by 84. What did you get?
10.71.
ठीक है. So we could just write down 10.7 mole, right? What mass
Right.
Okay, beta. So let's calculate the MR of magnesium sulfate, right? So magnesium is 24 plus sulfur is 32. Oxygen AR is 16. There are 4 atoms of oxygen, so multiply by 4, right? Beta, dot means you're just going to add, right? So plus 7, and after 7, like this thing is going to be multiplied. So after 7, we're just going to write down this in the bracket 2. There are 2 atoms of hydrogen multiplied by 1 plus AR of oxygen is 16 multiplied by 1. Or even you could just multiply 7 by 18. Okay? Do let me know if there is any problem in calculating MR of magnesium sulfate hydrated.
Please, can you
Especially,
repeat it?
Elisa CBT, whenever you are going to calculate the MR of hydrated salts, you have to calculate in a way that magnesium AR is 24. Sulfur is, I have not, multiplied by 1. I just have written it as it is. Okay? Either you just write down 24 multiplied by 1 or just write down only 24 because there is only one atom. Okay? Did you get till here, Elisa?
Yes.
Acha. Same goes for sulfur. AR of sulfur relative atomic mass of sulfur is 32. There's only one atom of sulfur, so I have not written multiplied by 1. I just wrote 32. Okay? Plus AR of oxygen is 16. And there are 4 atoms of oxygen, right? So I have multiplied 16 by 4. Okay? Did you understand
Okay.
till here?
Yeah.
Then this is hydrated salt. Like this, it has a water of crystallization, right? So for dot, I'm writing plus sign. Okay? So instead of dot, I'm
Okay.
just writing plus, and then I'm writing 7. There are 7 water molecules. So after writing 7, I'm writing this in the bracket, right? So this is going to be water, right? So either I just write down, I wrote it 2 multiplied by 1. Or see, the relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Okay? And there are 2 atoms of hydrogen, so I have to multiply 1 by 2. Did you get it?
Yes.
Yeah. Plus, the relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16.
16.
And there is only 1 atom of oxygen, so multiplied by 1. Okay?
Okay.
Or I said that bit that, see, 2 plus 16 is 18. I could have written in that way as well, because I know the relative molecular mass of water is 18. Okay?
Okay.
Is that clear now?
Yes.
So when we'll do this together, like when we'll add it up, so what we are going to get? So 32 plus 64 plus, we should get 246, right? Are you getting the same, girls? So
Yes.
the number of moles will be mass in grams, that is 900, divided by relative formula mass, that is 246. Okay, so 900 divided by 246, we are getting 3.658 or 3.66. Oops. ठीक है, girls? Did you understand?
Yes.
Tuba and Ambreen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how we calculate the number of moles, right? So now see in the next, slide, we have to calculate the mass, right? So I'm just going to copy it down over here on the whiteboard. We will be solving few of the questions in the class, and then you could do the rest as your homework, right? And we have the next class on Thursday. So inshallah, we'll try that we could even start past paper questions with it. Okay. So we just have to, be good in calculating the relative molecular mass and in calculating the moles using the formula, right? Now see, complete the following calculations by calculating the mass of sodium hydroxide present in 0.641 moles. Okay? Now you know that I do advise that keep on writing the formula for moles, right? That is, mole is equals to mass in grams upon AR for an element or MR for a compound. Okay. So now what we have to find out, we have to calculate mass now, right? So beta, to calculate mass, what we have to do, we will multiply moles by relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass. Do let me know, girls. Is that concept clear till here, whatever I said?
Yes. Yes.
Acha. अब देखो, they haven't given us, the formula of sodium hydroxide, but we know the correct formula of sodium hydroxide is NaOH, right? So let's calculate the MR of sodium hydroxide. Okay. So MR of sodium hydroxide will be, so there is AR of sodium is 23 multiplied by 1, or do not do that because there is only one atom, plus AR of oxygen is 16. Okay? Plus AR of hydrogen is 1. So if you will add this together, we are going to get 40, right? Now, as we have to calculate bachcho mass, so MR is 40. So we'll and moles are 0.64. So mass will be equivalent to 0.641 because these are the number of moles by MR. Okay. So we are going to get 25.64 or 25.6 grams. Right, girls? Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So now try to deduce the second one in the class and then I can do third and fourth as your homework. Okay. I'm waiting. Do the third one. Calculate the number of moles, like mass in gram is given. But you have to calculate the correct formula of, you have to write on the correct formula of ammonium phosphate, right? So, we did this in the very first lesson. Ammonium is a polyatomic ion having +1 charge. Phosphate is another polyatomic ion having -3 charge, so write on 3. You have to do cross multiply, right? So, ammonium ion will be multiplied by 3. So, the correct formula of ammonium phosphate will be NH4 thrice PO4. Okay? Do you understand the formula, bachcho? Try to
Yes.
calculate MR,
Yes.
okay? Just calculate MR carefully, okay? It is going to be of 2 marks. 1 mark for calculating the correct MR and 1 mark for calculating correct moles, okay? And when you see in paper 4 questions, they already give us the steps, okay? We're coming to the steps. We'll be coming to the geometry, right? So once you have done MR, do share with me. I'm waiting, okay?
Miss, I got the MR as 149.
149,
Yes.
correct. If any one of you is not getting 149, to let me know, okay? Or take your, and then you bring this calculate moles, right? And then just note down question 3 and 4, right?
Can you explain the MR part?
Yeah, sure. I will just share these questions in the group, right? I'm just erasing the board because I just have to explain ammonium phosphate MR. How did we calculate, right? And Ambreen and Tuba, if you get it, if you have got this, so you could just leave the class and just calculate the number of moles, okay? For the next 2 questions, right? If you wanted to share with me, you can, and then we'll do the next in the next, right? So ammonium phosphate is NH4 twice, NH4 thrice, right? PO4. Okay. Ammonium was multiplied by 3 and phosphate by 1. Right? Now see, how did you calculate the MR of this? See, the relative atomic mass of nitrogen is 14, right? Okay. How many atoms of nitrogen are there? 3,
3.
right? Now, before writing the next element, write on plus. Okay. Now, CPT, hydrogen AR is 4, is 1, right? There are 4 atoms of hydrogen. But this number is multiplied by this number, which is written outside of the bracket. Okay? So, I'm going to write down 1 multiplied by 12. Okay? I could have written this in this way as well. Okay? I would have written 3 outside. So, we can say AR of nitrogen is 14. Okay? Plus, there are AR of hydrogen is 1 and there are 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay. Either you just do in this way or in that way. Do let me know. Are you getting it?
Yes, I'm getting it.
Yeah. So now, before writing the next element, that's easy. Plus, like AR of phosphorus is 31. Okay. Into 1 or just write on 31. Plus AR of oxygen is 16. And there are 4 atoms of oxygen. Okay. If you would have done in this way, so plus phosphorus is 31, plus oxygen is 16, and there are 4 atoms. Right, Eliza? So if you just calculate
Okay, I
and
get
split
it
it
now.
together, you'll get 149. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Tuba, Ambreen, any problem, any questions, BT?
No.
Okay. Right. So just see you in the next class, inshallah.